A 14-day state of emergency was declared in Papua New Guinea's capital on the 11th of January, after at least about 15 people were killed in riots as crowds looted and burnt shops. Reportedly, more than 1,000 troops were in fact on a standby to step in wherever necessary. The police and the public sector protest was triggered over a pay cut, which officials have now blamed on an administrative glitch. In a bid to try and rectify the rapidly deteriorating situation, the Prime Minister, James Marape, has now suspended the Chief of Police and also the top bureaucrats in the finance and treasury departments, while the government is conducting a review. Our next report gets more details.
Papua New Guinea is a diverse, developing, mostly rural nation of subsistence farmers. As many as 839 languages are known to exist here, making it one of the most linguistically diverse nations in the world. Strategically significant, it is the most populous nation in the South Pacific after Australia, with about 10 million people. Historically, however, it has struggled to contain escalating tribal violence and civil unrest in remote regions. On the 10th of January, the island nation descended into lawlessness amid a festering pay dispute. Hundreds of police officers, soldiers, prison staff and public servants walked off their jobs and poured onto the streets of the capital Marape. They were protesting unexplained deductions to their pay. Within hours, the unrest also spread to Lae, the second biggest city of Papua New Guinea, about 300 kilometers to the north of the capital. As black smoke billowed over the city, looters were seen dashing into stores through glass windows, grabbing whatever they could and stuffing stolen goods into cardboard boxes, shopping trolleys and plastic buckets. Buildings and cars were set ablaze. Reportedly, 25 people with gunshot wounds were treated at Port Moresby's largest hospital. The scale of destruction was unprecedented in the past 50 years, according to some locals. A local newspaper dubbed it as the city's darkest day. To bring the situation under control, Prime Minister James Marape declared a 14-day state of emergency in the nation's capital.
Today we call for a state of emergency for 14 days in our nation's capital. There were recommendations for outside forces to come in or for us to seek help elsewhere, but we decided that under the provisions of Section 226 of our Constitution, as well as the constitutional provision that we utilized yesterday to get police to come in, Section 204 of our Constitution, to get defense to come in to assist our police in the call-out. We thought these are sufficient for the moment. We have over 1,000 men from Defense Force ready on standby to come in and work under state of emergency laws within the next 14 days to step in wherever necessary to contain any situations that may arise going forward into the future.
At one stage, a small crowd had gathered outside the Prime Minister's office in Port Moresby as well. They tore a security gate off its rails and proceeded to torch a parked police car. What explains this unprecedented level of strife and civil unrest? High unemployment and increased cost of living, coupled with high levels of crime, have made life increasingly difficult, with almost 40% of the population still below the poverty line. The government for now has promised to redress the payroll glitch and look into the causes that led to it.
Heads of these agencies and departments step aside. The next 14 days, the administrative review into what took place, including look at police, look at treasury, looking at finance, looking at personal management, thinking. So we ensure this sort of thing does not happen again. But more importantly, we secure democracy, we secure rule of law.
The important question, though, is, will these measures be enough to pacify the disgruntled citizens of a country blessed with vast deposits of gas, gold and minerals, but still finds itself plagued by poverty and high crime rate?